Hello everybody, how are you all doing? I'm presuming and I'm hoping that you're doing okay. So this is a bit weird. I'm giving you an introduction to a video I've made today, but you're not going to see it for a while. Well, not a while, like maybe in a week or so, until after I've had the op. So this morning I went to the garden to film my December tour because today is the day before the op, and I thought we're nearly in December, I might as well film it and show you what's happening. But it ended up being such a beautiful day, and I'm a bit sort of dishevelled from wind and joy and excitement. It was such a lovely day that even though I'd filmed my December tour, I couldn't bear to tear myself away from the garden. I feel really quite distraught about not being able to get there. So whilst I was there, and this is what you're going to see now, just kind of pootling about, not really doing anything, but kind of having a little wander around, seeing what everyone else was up to. So what you're going to see now is not my plot. This is me going and having a visit with Shawn and having a visit with Gary, because the whole time I was filming my December tour, there's this racket going on in the background, and it was Gary getting on with one of his little winter projects, because it's that time of year, isn't it? We're all doing our projects. So, like I say, it's not really my plot. There's a couple of bits on my plot, but hopefully, I don't think that matters, because for me, one of the joys of my garden is that it is in a communal space. I absolutely love being there when folk are around. I love being there on my own and having my quiet time with just the birds, what have you, but I really, really, really love my plot buddies. We exchange info, we exchange seeds, we exchange plants, we lend a hand with each other, and I think it's one of the absolutely most beautiful things about the whole kind of allotment process and ethos that we have here. So this is me catching up with, for the last time for a few weeks, some of my allotment buddies. I hope you'll enjoy it. If you don't, just skip it and we'll do something else later on. There he is, beavering away, the noise culprit, working on his cold frame for the ginger for next year. And talking of the ginger, Gary's another one that feeds our lovely ginger fat cat. Oh, so lovely today. So quiet. Apart from Gary and the footballers. Oh, bliss. What a nice way to spend your Sunday morning. Oh, excuse this bright light, but I want to follow the noise. Oh, God, so slippy underfoot. Yeah, I want to follow the noise and see what our Gary's up to today, because he's banging and drilling and making noise. This shed. Oh, look at the sunlight. We're going straight into the sunlight. Oh, and we tripped again. Into the shady end. Right. So it's you that's disturbing the peace on a Sunday. What you're making, Gary?
Gosh.
Look at this.
This is an old frame that, God knows, I found it over there about 20 years ago. and I've never made anything of it. So I'm going to make.
Oh, for goodness sakes, go away!
Just films on films. Can I have a camera? I feel left out.
Go get your camera.
I left
So
out.
it's just a bit of
This is a bit of very old triple wall plastic sheeting, and I'm just going to put it in here just for protection in the winter. It's got some light goes through it.
Yeah. Oh, so this is for the
overwintering. And also for next year for the ginger.
So this is what we were talking about earlier,
yeah,
that
so
you've discovered.
Ginger doesn't want full sun, doesn't want heavy sun, but it wants warmth.
I'm going to go here because I don't want.
So this will actually be,
because that doesn't look as clear as normal.
It's not clear, which means it won't get sun.
It's
the heat will go through it. Right. The sun won't.
It's kind of deteriorated over the years,
yes,
but actually,
this is 20 years old as well.
It's going to do the job because, like you say, that's enough light through, but not full scorching sunlight for the ginger.
What's this frame then?
Brilliant.
This is quite interesting.
The frame is a strange thing. It's got a this pulls back, so this pulls back.
Yeah.
So what you've got is it's a bit stiff at the moment because I haven't oiled it.
It's a bit like
It's just like I was going to say, it's like me. It's like all of us.
But, it's got a hinge here.
Oh yeah.
So that pulls down the front and opens the top right up. So you can open the top up or push
Nifty.
it back.
So how's your finger?
Not so bad, Shawn, not so bad.
It's a lot better than the last time we saw it.
Yes, the stitches have come out. It's all okay now. It's almost the same as that one. There you go.
Oh, I was going to offer to do a bit of.
I've got a,
right. Soon as Mr. Cameron's just come and interloped and interrupted, I'm going to turn the camera off. Guy will chat without the camera on. So because I can't quite tear myself away today, I thought I'd have a few snips up. Some for me and some for Kate. Let's have a look. These are little tiddlers down here. This was a bit of a second sowing because the foxes had so much out. Oh, little tiddlers. It's a radish. Oh no, I've had some gorgeous ones out of this row. What's going on? Hold on a sec, you know. Oh, they're only tiddlers, but they're lovely and oh, that smell is just. Oh, while I'm here, I might as well. So this is tender and true, which tend to be long and skinny, as opposed to the half-long Guernseys in the next row, which tend to be shorter but fatter. Oh, that's very disappointing. Actually, that's a really rubbish thinning, Vivi. What do you expect? Come on, Gertrude. That one doesn't want to come out. God, this soil is beautiful though. Oh dear. Oh well. Let's try one of the half-longs, which will probably be fat and gnarly. Oh, here they come. You're going to help, Bessie? Look at all these chickpea husks, naughty mice. Bessie, this is what the area you need to concentrate on next year, please. Go on, get out, girl. Yeah, rubbish thinning, Vivi. Still, they're a feed. Right, very disappointing, never mind. Such is life. It's sod's law, isn't it, that I pull them out when no one's around and they're gorgeous. I pull them out on camera and they're rubbish. Let's dump those. Let's have some carrots out for her. Oh, I've just spotted that one's had a bit of a nibble. Maybe have those out as well. Oh, that's more like it. Good old autumn kings. Oh! Oh, you see, look. Same soil, same conditions. Goodness me. Let's have a couple out from that because, oops, these were the first in. so they should be first out, really. I know people are looking and thinking, oh, they're so big and woody, ugh. But actually, once they're blended down into a soup, that woodiness disappears, and it's all about the flavour. So that'll do. Maybe 2 more and then we're done. It's so addictive, isn't it, when you get your root crops? Just one more, just one more, just one more. See, isn't that... Oh, that one's been had. That one's split a bit. That's intermittent watering. But I think... Oh, I can't help myself. I'm an addict. I think, all things being equal, the carrots have been gorgeous again this year. So, that's a nice for you to put in a veg box for a mate, isn't it? Because I haven't got money to be buying thank you presents, but I still want to be able to say thank you. So, what better way than sharing my food? Right, let's get these scrubbed and boxed up with a ribbon on. Lovely. It really is the loveliest of lovely days here today. And I just don't want to go home. Because once I go home, that's it for a few weeks. So, although I've kind of shown you around the garden for a little December tour, and there's not really much for me to do down here today, I don't want to go home. So we've had our little visit with Gary, who's, still banging away over there. So I thought, let's have a wander and see who else is around today. Oh, and actually I get asked loads about where does my garden begin and end. People kind of can't work out the layout. So why don't we do that now? Yeah, so I'll explain. Let's have a little... Actually, I'll just turn you guys around. So, we're outside my shed. Here's my table. So this little patch in front is not mine. This is my next door neighbour. And their shed is next to mine there. So the way this whole site works is we keep all the sheds at the edges. So you'll have a plot like this, one plot, then mine's beyond. These are what are called half plots. So mine's 5 rods. This is 5 rods. In the old days it would have been 10 rods per person, but just in order to let more people garden, we have 5 rod plots. So for each of these 2 plots this side of the main path, we'll have our sheds at this end where I'm standing now. Right, let's go for a walk, but I'll try not to slip over this time. Goodness me. So likewise, this is Svetlana's plot, and beyond it is Tamara's plot. My lovely girly neighbours, and their sheds are, that's Tamara's and that's Svetlana's. It's actually nice that we keep the sheds at the side because it keeps the whole site more open and, you know, sort of less cluttered. There's plenty of light to go around. So coming to the end of Svet's plot on the right and my neighbour's on the left, that's why the committee asked me to basically reinstate this path, because there should be a path between each plot. So that's my path, and then on this side between Svet and Tamara there's a path. Oh, something's dropped down, that's probably the wind the other day. Beyond it, well, not a very good path. And actually just coming back to mine, where you can see my path is beyond the end of it, well, my neighbour that side seems to think he doesn't have to obey any of the rules. So then we come to my plot. Obviously you've seen it a million times before, you've just seen it now for the December tour. 5 rods, each bed is about 6 metres wide and about 3.5 to 4 metres deep. So I've got my 4 main beds and my new little herb bed, and then we come to our central path which runs the entire length of the site, into the sun. So Gary's up that end. We'll go down this way, and then on the other side again there are 2 5-rod plots with sheds at the ends. So this is my little walk down. Let's go and see if Shawn's in. As I come down here, Oh, my back is really cronky today. So we compost 1 plot, 2 plot, 3 plots, and then we'll take a little turn here. Shawn's been making a nuisance of himself today, coming and filming while I'm trying to film. That's what happens when you've got 2 YouTubers on the same site. So here we go. You recognise Shawn's pot from his videos with his raised beds. He's still got a load of compost there to get into the beds. But let's see if he's in. Let's go this way. I'm really watching my footing today because I don't want to go flying. Can you imagine if I go flying and I put my hand out and I end up breaking my wrist? Through the garden gate. Clickety click. Oh, hello Bessie. You over here now? She's had her feed with me, so she's come over here, little chance. And look, Rusty. Oh, and look, there's Oreo. These cats are such chances, honestly. Oh, cats, listen, don't fight and run under my feet because I'm going to go flying. Upla. Now, he's in his greenhouse. What you up to, Shawn?
Bringing out my violas to give them
pretty.
give them a bit of air.
Pretty. So you've been laying slabs, haven't you?
To really set off my slabs.
Got some slabs and bricks. Where'd you get your bricks from?
From a skip that I found them.
Skip or Nick. And it's, you know, this is what I need to do outside my shed, have some hard standing, because as you saw earlier I went absolutely flying. So
It's almost virgin on Chelsea.
it's
Just in this 4 foot.
well, Chelsea borders maybe, but actually it is really nice to have a bit of hard standing. Are you happy with having a bit of hard standing? Do you feel safer?
I feel safer because at this time of the year it's
You don't want to slip and go
muddy, and I don't want to
and go into the drink.
Because my plot gets very wet and muddy from November to December.
What happens to the frogs in the winter?
It's 6 foot deep, so they go all the way down to the bottom.
Do you ever see them in the winter?
No. It needs a good clean, but now I'll keep that till springtime.
Yeah.
I just don't want to disrupt it.
Because I love it coming over here and hearing them doing their little chirp.
We are getting bits of ice now, so if it is frozen, the worst thing to do now is to smash it.
Yeah, because that vibration will upset them.
Just leave it.
And look, the whole site, we were saying this the other day, how it suddenly becomes really flat. We lose all the leaves on the trees, but also all the bean poles are down, and there's just no height anywhere, but it's still a lovely...
Empty as well. There's hardly anybody down. Yesterday there was nobody down there.
Well, that's what I was saying. I'm just having a wonder to see who's around, because it's such a gorgeous day. I would have thought there'd be loads of folk around and making the most of this chilly but beautifully bright day to get on with some work. So it looks like it's just the cats.
Look how cute that is.
And us weirdos.
A nice bit of time. Although the problem with having these really fancy labels is, look, that's only been in there for about...
Is it rotted?
3 months, and it's already started to rot.
Well, that's the beautiful thing about wood, isn't it?
Yeah, no.
Leave not a trace behind and all that. Pretty. Talking of time, is it time for... time for a brew.
Well, my shed...
It's such a weird time of year, isn't it?
My shed is in a bit of a...
empty greenhouse.
Come and have a look.
Is it a bit of a state? I warn you guys, it's going to be a bit of a state.
Transitional period. But the one thing that has remained is the kitchen area. So I can just about squeeze
You need to get a little bit of a wriggle on with this, don't you? Look, there's your free cycle table. That's what put you back out yesterday.
Yeah, and look, it's got a place for you to put your cup of tea on.
Is that why you got it? Just for that?
That's why I got it. Just for that bit.
Right, get that brew on. I'm actually starting to shiver because I'm not doing anything, so I think I might go and find something to dig for a few minutes. I don't want to go home, Shawn, because if I go home I'm not going to be coming back for a bit.
Well, I'll keep an eye on things. From the comfort of the shed.
Yeah, just... Can we make out my plot from over here? Can we make it out? Oh, it's more that way. Let's see if I can zoom in. Where's me? Oh, look, that's my shed. Right, time to go and warm my hands for a minute. So, there we have it. A little wander around the garden on a beautiful, bright winter's morning. Catching up with friends, saying cheerio to friends, and on that note, I'm going to say cheerio to all of you too. I hope by the time you see this that I'll be about a week post-op and I'll be raring to go and getting ready to go. Who knows? We will have caught up in the meantime, I hope. But never mind all that. Get into your gardens while you can. Enjoy being outside. Do some of it for me because I'm really missing it already. And let's catch up soon, I hope. In the meantime, all of you, please take care, stay well, be happy, and have fun whenever you can.